Did you know that anxiety actually plays a very important role in healthy and thriving functioning? As far back as the 1900s, it has been known that our brain and our body create stress for some really important reasons. In fact, there's even something called eustress, which is a positive type of stress. So, as you can see from our slide here, we have an opportunity to help anxiety become its best self. Yerkes-Dodson Law is a foundational recognition of the opportunities within anxiety. Interestingly, if you focus on the experience of being excited and then on the experience of being anxious, you might notice that they're pretty close physiological friends. And neurobiologically, they're actually very, very similar. The primary thing that differentiates excitement from anxiety is the label that we give it. So let's take a look at how we can make anxiety its best self based on the Yerkes-Dodson law. As you can see from our graph here, if we look at performance and arousal, they're very closely related. In fact, they're very important and very good friends. Because if we are sound asleep, we're not exactly performing very well unless we're a really good sleeper. The more we need to perform and be in our best space, we actually want to have activating energy. Those neurochemicals that are commonly related to experiences of stress, such as cortisol and norepinephrine and glutamate. Well, guess what? They're also a big part of our ability to be motivated and engaged and be our best selves. In fact, there's a critical relationship between performance and arousal, where if we hit a peak spot, we are then able to actually be our best selves in any given moment. And this is a really powerful and important opportunity for how we're able to function successfully in our day-to-day life. As you see, if we get over here and we have too much arousal, too high, or anxiety or our stress is overwhelming, remember that that will shut down our thinking brain. It will actually impair our brain's ability to function successfully. And if we're at too low of a space, well, we're just simply going to be too calm in order to activate into doing what we want to do. And anybody who's ever experienced really severe depression and fatigue and struggled to get out of bed, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's where our arousal is so low, our activating energy is so low that doing anything feels completely overwhelming and exhausting. Now, of course, there is a cycle to this, and anxiety and depression can exist in a cycle. But when we can shift the way our brain is thinking about this activating energy, we start to create a new space for empowered change. We can change the role and the relationship that anxiety plays in our lives. And the Creating Possibilities protocol is one of the most powerful opportunities for doing this. If you're not familiar with that protocol, check out the link below in the show notes. You will find it there. And what the protocol is all about is accessing the energy that's existing in a moment or curating the energy that we want more of through intentional guided steps that allow neuroplasticity, our brain's capacity to do its magical thing, and also engage learning paradigms because our brain loves to learn to build a new way forward. And for those of us who have anxiety, I'm right there with you. We can actually take back our power with anxiety and give it a whole new job so that anxiety becomes its best self in service of the lives we want to be living.